Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Thank you for joining with me. My name is Karen. Last week, we were in the book of First Kings, chapter 18, and we talked about Elijah and how he told Ahab, the king of Samaria at the time, to have all the prophets of Baal come to offer sacrifices to their God and to see which one answered with fire to determine who is the true God. As you know, God Almighty, the true God, He came with fire and burnt up the sacrifice, licked up the water, and everything else. And now I want to pick up at verse 41 and go through 46. This is immediately after that wonderful miracle here. And it says, And Elijah said unto Ahab, Get thee up, eat and drink, for there was a sound of abundance of rain. Now remember, there's been a famine for 3 years, and Ahab was blaming Elijah for doing this curse, but it was because of Ahab's sin. But now Elijah's saying there's going to be some rain, so prepare yourself. So Ahab went up to eat and drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast himself down upon the earth and put his face between his knees, and said to his servant, Go up now, look toward the sea. And he went up and looked, and said there was nothing. And he said, Go again 7 times. And it came to pass at the 7th time that he said, Behold, there arises a little cloud out of the sea, like a man's hand. And he said, Go up, say unto Ahab, Prepare thy chariot, and get thee down, that the rain stop thee not. And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heaven was black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. And the hand of the Lord was on Elijah, and he girded up his loins and ran before Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel. So now there had been a famine, and we might think that prophets back in the Bible were mighty men of God. Yes, they were, but they were men. They were people like you and me. God saw people who were looking, who were serving him, and had a gift of prophecy, or the prophet in Elijah's case, on him. And he just went and he bowed down and he prayed unto his God. And it says here that he was face between his knees. So it's like bearing down, almost having like a child, and just saying, God, please send the rain. Please send the rain. There's nothing in me that can make this miracle happen. Only you can do this. And his servant Gehazi went up 7 times and found that there was no rain, no clouds or anything. But on the 7th time, there was that cloud, the hand of the size of a man's fist. So number 7 means completion or perfection. So God was about to perform. And he says, Go and tell Ahab, don't tarry, run to Jezreel. And because the rain was coming, then the clouds all came. I mean, think of that. If you prayed that there would be rain and then suddenly there were clouds and black clouds, thunderstorms, wind blowing, and then it starts raining. That was a mighty miracle of God. But here in the end, it says that the hand of the Lord was upon Elijah, and he girded up his loins, his clothes, and he ran ahead of Ahab and beat him to Jezreel. So God gave him supernatural strength so that he wasn't caught in that rain. But my point is God uses anyone who calls on his name. It's easy to doubt or not believe. And God says that if you don't believe what you're asking me, I can't do it. But if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, you ask anything in my name, I will give it to you. And God was showing Ahab that I'm the one who causes the rain to come and when to not come. And God used Elijah, an ordinary man like you and me, and wrought many miracles with that. So whatever you're asking for, trust God, believe him, keep on praying until he answers. And even though it might take some time, God's not in a hurry. He wants you to have the experience, and God's timing is perfect. So don't give up. I hope you have a blessed week. I will see you again next week, and we're going to talk about what happens with Elijah with after all these miracles in chapter 19 and how he got discouraged. So, how many times have we done many exciting things for the Lord and the very next day we're discouraged? Well, that's what we're going to hit on next week. So, I pray that you have a blessed week. Thank you for joining with me. God bless. Bye bye.